My days were predictable. Each morning I would wake up to the sound of my alarm, the same monotonous beep that had become the soundtrack of my life. I would drag myself out of bed, get dressed in a hurry, and join the throngs of people on the bustling city streets. Wake up, rush to work, always in a hurry, always chasing time. Stare at a computer screen for hours on end, my eyes growing tired and my mind numb from the endless stream of emails and tasks. Come home, eat, sleep, repeat. It was a cycle that seemed never-ending, a routine that left little room for anything else. It wasn't a bad life, just a bit monotonous. I had a stable job, a comfortable home, and friends to share my weekends with. But something was missing. I felt like a hamster on a wheel, going through the motions without really living. There was a sense of emptiness that I couldn't quite shake off. One chilly evening as I trudged home from the subway, the cold wind biting at my face, I noticed a homeless man huddled in a doorway. He was a familiar sight, someone I had seen many times before but never really acknowledged. He looked cold and alone, his eyes reflecting a deep sense of despair. I usually averted my gaze, feeling a mix of pity and discomfort. It was easier to pretend he wasn't there, to go on with my life without confronting the harsh realities of his. But this time, something felt different. Maybe it was the weariness in his eyes or the way he clutched a thin jacket around his frail frame. Maybe it was the weariness in his eyes or the way he clutched a thin jacket around his frail frame. Whatever it was, a wave of compassion washed over me. Whatever it was, a wave of compassion washed over me. I couldn't just walk past him this time. I felt an urge to do something, anything, to help. I dug into my purse and pulled out a $5 bill, the only cash I had. It wasn't much, but it was something. As I handed it to him, our eyes met, and for a brief moment I felt a connection, a shared humanity. It was a small act, but it made me realize that even in the daily grind, there is room for kindness and compassion. Hesitantly, I approached the man. The cold wind bit at my cheeks and I could see my breath in the air. I had passed by this spot many times, always too afraid or too busy to stop. But today was different. Today I felt a pull, a need to reach out. He looked up, startled, his eyes wary. It was clear he wasn't used to people stopping for him, especially not with kind intentions. His clothes were tattered, and his face bore the marks of countless hardships. "Excuse me, sir," I said softly, extending the money. My hand trembled slightly, not from the cold, but from the weight of the moment. I had never done this before, and I wasn't sure how he would react. "I hope this helps a little." My voice was barely above a whisper, but I hoped he could hear the sincerity in it. I wanted him to know that someone cared, even if just for a moment. His expression softened, and a look of surprise spread across his face. It was as if he couldn't believe that someone would take the time to help him. His eyes glistened with unshed tears. "Thank you, miss," he mumbled, his voice raspy. "God bless you." His words were simple, but they carried a weight that touched my heart deeply. It was a moment of genuine human connection. I smiled back, a warmth spreading through my chest that had nothing to do with the cold. It was a warmth born from the simple act of kindness, from knowing that I had made a small difference in someone's life. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I had done something meaningful. It was a feeling that I had been missing, a sense of purpose that had eluded me for so long. As I walked away, I glanced back to see him carefully tucking the bill into his pocket. He looked up and gave me a small nod, a silent thank you that spoke volumes. The encounter left me feeling strangely light, a stark contrast to my usual evening dejection. It was a reminder that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a profound impact, not just on others, but on ourselves as well. The next day, I couldn't shake off the feeling of quiet contentment. The man's grateful eyes stayed with me, a reminder of the power of even the smallest act of kindness. I found myself smiling more, engaging more with colleagues, appreciating the little things I usually took for granted. Little did I know, my simple act of kindness had been captured on camera. A bystander, touched by the exchange, had filmed the entire interaction and posted it online. I went about my day, oblivious to the video circulating online, gaining traction with every share. That evening, my phone started buzzing incessantly. Notifications piled up, each one a variation of "You're famous" or "Have you seen this?" Confused, I clicked on a link a friend had sent. There I was, on a stranger's video, handing a $5 bill to the homeless man. The caption read, "Random act of kindness in the concrete jungle. We need more of this." My heart skipped a beat as I watched the view count climb with every refresh. Overnight, the video went viral. News channels picked it up, showering praise on the kind stranger. Social media was flooded with positive comments, commending my compassion. It was surreal, overwhelming, and utterly unexpected. The next morning, I woke up to a changed world. The sun seemed to shine a little brighter and the air felt fresher. It was as if the universe itself was acknowledging the wave of kindness that had been set in motion. My inbox was overflowing with messages from people all over the globe. Each email was a testament to the impact of the video, filled with heartfelt words and emotional stories. Some shared their own stories of kindness, others expressed admiration, and many were inspired to take action in their own communities. It was incredible to see how one small act could inspire so many. A few even offered job opportunities, wanting to extend a hand to those in need. It was a beautiful reminder that there are still good people in the world, willing to help others without expecting anything in return. The video had touched a nerve, reminding people of the power of human connection in a world often driven by self-interest. It was a call to action, urging everyone to look beyond themselves and see the humanity in others. It was a testament to the fact that even the smallest gesture can have a ripple effect. Just like a pebble dropped into a pond, one act of kindness can create waves that spread far and wide. The most surprising outcome was the outpouring of support for the homeless man. His story had touched the hearts of many, and people were eager to help in any way they could. People were touched by his story and wanted to help. Donations poured in, ranging from clothes and food to monetary contributions. It was a community coming together to support one of their own. A local shelter offered him housing and support services, ensuring he had a safe place to stay and the resources he needed to get back on his feet. It was a new beginning for him, made possible by the kindness of strangers. Life as I knew it had been turned upside down. The viral video had opened doors I never thought possible. I was invited to speak at events, sharing my story and advocating for compassion and empathy. But the most significant change was within me. The experience had awakened a sense of purpose I didn't know I possessed. It taught me that kindness is not a grand gesture, but a series of small acts that can have a profound impact. I was no longer the same woman who had walked past countless people in need. I had found my voice, my purpose, and a renewed sense of hope in humanity. The viral video was just the beginning. It sparked a chain reaction of kindness, inspiring others to pay it forward. It showed me the interconnectedness of our lives and the power we each possess to make a difference. It's been a few years since that life